Hi there, today we're going to talk about blackmail in the MOT industry. My name's Trevor and this is the MOT Consultants. So there are lots and lots of you out there who are MOT managers and testers, and I know firsthand that you are having sleepless nights worrying about people who've been complaining and are now blackmailing you for money. They try to extort money out of you to keep your mouth shut so that they don't go to the DVSA, put you on Facebook and try and ruin your reputation. And this happens more and more. I've been doing this for over a decade and I have never seen so many instances as there are now. So what should you do if it happens to you? So let's take an example. Your MOT tester tests the car. That car then goes back to the trader who sells it to somebody who might live the other side of the country. They go to a garage, and then what that happens then is they check the car and say, this car should never have passed its MOT. Now, they then come back to you and say they want all the repairs, which can total thousands of pounds. They want the repairs done free of charge, and they also want maybe £1,000 on top to keep quiet so they don't report you to the DVSA. Now, if you're a new garage, really any garage, this is going to cause you a nightmare. So what should you do? Now, first of all, relax. There are lots of things you can now do. So the first thing we advise you to do is gather as much information as possible about that vehicle, because it could be months ago that you did it. So go back to your MOT diary, find the car in question. Were there any notes? Who MOT'd it? Get that information, have it ready. Photocopy it, have it ready. Then go, do you still have the emissions report for it? Show that you carried out the processes correctly. Now, if you haven't kept your emissions report beyond 3 months, which is all you're required to do, then that's fine. But many of you have got really good calibration emissions machines which store every single test log emissions report that you've ever had. Go into that system, look it up, pull it off, have that ready as well. If you are one of these very forward-thinking MOT stations where you are videoing for your own records the MOT, then find those records as well, keep those, put them to one side. Now, you need to, at this point, call their bluff. If they are blackmailing you for money, this is probably a scam, and it's getting more and more common. So what you do is you invite them to fill in a VT17 form. So if they've made a comment on social media, you say to them, no problem at all, sir or madam, fill in a VT17 form and the DVSA will independently verify whether the decision was wrong or not, and call their bluff. Because it's going to cost them effectively about £54 to do an appeal if it's found against them. So those ones that just chance their arms, they'll back down. But then if they still pursue, no problems. Now, I know personally 3 or 4 DVSA officers that do the investigations on the cars for the VT17s. So the DVSA will give you 3 days notice of where the car is going to be examined. It won't be at your garage, they'll do it somewhere else around the country. My advice is go along. Go along, it's nothing to be scared of, and you need to check that it's the same car that you MOT'd. So once you've done a few of these, you won't need to go along more often, but don't forget you can say at the time of test, that was not the car I tested. Yeah, it had different wheels, had different windows, whatever it may well be. But go along and learn what happens. Those DVS officers, they are very, very aware that a lot of scammers happen. And they are there to be independent, but they know the intelligence department of the DVSA, they keep a very low profile, but they're well aware that scamming happens. So they're there to protect you as well as the public. So have a little bit of faith in them. Now they will be able to inspect that car and find out whether or not it's a genuine complaint. Now you and I both know that you could MOT a car and it could be perfect, no problem at all. You could drive out into the road, go through a pothole, and something can go wrong with that car. Nothing to do with you, it's just an accident that happens the next day. So many of these cases, it often involves things like corrosion. Now corrosion, if it's less than 3 months of the complaint, it's probably going to be upheld. What's the worst that's going to be done? You might get 10, 20 points disciplinary for missing a major or a dangerous. However, The reality is, in most cases, it's over 3 months since you've done the MOT in these scam cases. So what you should just do is stay calm, DVSA won't find in their favour, and you're going to be okay. But more importantly, stand up to these blackmailers, because it just isn't fair. If you have got this situation and you're still nervous, please feel free to give us a call in confidence, and we'll look at your case and we'll see what we can do to help you. But have faith in the DVSA. They are really good at spotting claims that might be bogus, that are deliberately against the MOT station. Guys, I hope this helps, and if you want to follow for more news, hints and tips, please don't forget to like and follow our page. We'd love to talk to you and come and visit you and help you in any way we can. Have a great day, guys. Stay safe, and see you soon.